Okay, this is the section 5 on chapter 2 on precipitation. So precipitation is that last part of the water cycle. The water cycle, we talked about evaporation. That's how the water gets in the air. Condensation is kind of how water is in our atmosphere. It creates clouds, dew, fog, things like that. Well, then sometimes water falls from the clouds. That's called precipitation. So this is any form of water that falls from the clouds and reaches Earth's surface. This example right here is rain and freezing rain. So rain, lots of different types of rain, but rain can be pouring rain, it can be just light rain. But anyway, this is just water that falls from the sky. If it falls from the sky and freezes immediately, we call that freezing rain. So it depends on the temperature there, but it probably starts off rain up in the clouds, but as it reaches Earth's surface, it becomes freezing rain. It kind of just freezes whatever surface it falls on. Okay, so this is kind of, they base it on the size of the raindrop, or the size of the drop that falls from the sky is what they call it. So rain. These are drops of water that are at least about 0.5 millimeter in diameter. That's really, really tiny. So it can be bigger than that, but they have to be at least 0.5 millimeter in diameter. Raindrops that fall and freeze into ice are smaller than 5 millimeters in diameter, is called sleet. So as they're falling, they freeze on their way down. They freeze into ice, basically green ice at that point, and they're 5 millimeters in diameter. Freezing rain. It's rain that's coming from the sky, but it freezes when it touches a cold surface. This is the stuff that streets become slick immediately, sidewalks become slick immediately. So it's raining, not really slowing, but it's raining, and when that happens, it's cold surfaces it's touching onto, which immediately causes it to freeze. And then, of course, snow. Snow is water vapor that's converted directly into ice crystals. So this is basically ice falling from the sky. And the ice that's falling from the sky are snowflakes. They come in many different patterns, as you can see in the snowflake pictures here. All right, last type of precipitation is hail. It wasn't all that long ago. Easter, we had a pretty big hailstorm here in Lincoln. But what happens with hail, this is pellets of ice, basically, that fall from the sky. And they're usually, they always are larger than 5 millimeters in diameter. It can get very large, actually, depending on how many times it goes up and down. So you can see that red, like kind of ribbony thing that you're seeing though. So those, what they do is they kind of go up and down in the clouds, right? So as they're going up and down, they're taking on more layers of ice and more layers of ice, which is causing them to get bigger and bigger. At a certain point, they grow heavy enough to fall through the clouds and fall to the ground. But sometimes it takes a while for them to be heavy enough to do that, so you can get some rather large hail pellets falling from the sky. We also are probably fairly familiar with droughts in this area as well. These are long periods of unusually low precipitation. A lot of times in those situations, they'll ask us to cut back on the amount of water and the water that we use. We save things and we don't waste them for different reasons. This is the end of the section, pretty short one, and all the different types of precipitation that can fall from the sky. Your homework in the packet, or PowerSchool Learning, or sent to your parents via email. Enjoy!